Hi everyone, my name is Thanh Duy Nguyen and my student number is 47334371. And today I'm excited to take you through my journey inside the Amplify Me Quant Pathway Simulation. Okay, uh, yeah, about the Amplify Me Quant Pathway Simulation, this wasn't just another final assignment. I got to experience what it feels like to be a quantitative analyst working at a hedge fund. I build portfolio, analyze stock return, optimize performance using Excel server, all under time pressure. And by the end of this simulation, I wasn't just learning finance, I was doing it. Okay, so let's start. Yeah, in this slide, I will talk about some key components of the simulations. So the simulations were designed to replicate the responsibility of a quantitative analyst working at hedge fund, just like it's say in our workshop style, right? And it was focused on building foundational skill in quantitative finance using practical Excel-based tasks. But what made the simulation unique was that we wasn't just applying formulas, we were acting like real quants. And we're expected to analyze historical market data, calculate log return instead of just raw price changes. Oh, sorry, and construct portfolios using variance and covariance metric and optimize them using Excel solver with real-world constraints, right? And what's the goal of the simulations? Is to develop our ability to make fast, data-driven decisions, just like some quant workings in firms like UBS or BlackRock do every day, right? And what we found most valuable was how the simulation ended financial logic with time pressure. It wasn't just about knowing what to do. It was about doing it fast, accurately, and that's make it feel real. Okay, so we're finished this slide. We're gonna move to the next one, right? This one. So this one we're gonna go to the detail of the simulation. This task one is turning data into decisions. So task one was all about digging into data. So I have to calculate their log return using one formulation right here. This one. Yeah, it's log of current divided by previous price. And then I average return for each of the 10 stocks, as you can see here, right? And I rank it and I just select the top three. It's JPM, AAPL, and BAC. And then I assign equal weight to build my first portfolio. Yeah, it's here. And this task show me how even basic return analysts can drive portfolio strategy. One formula, one decisions, and it completely change your outcome. That's amazing. Okay, we finish task one and then now we move to task two. Yeah, this task two is measuring performance, portfolio risk and return, right? Now it gets technical, right? In task two, I calculate portfolio overall return using metric multiplication and mount and transpose to calculate the portfolio return, right? But the real challenge, do you know the real challenge is the risk. So I use the variance from covariance metric. Actually, I don't have the covariance metric here. It's kind of look like this one, covariance metric. This one, yeah. To find the portfolio's standard deviations. This how quants analyze how stocks move together and how that affect total portfolio risk. And yeah, as I say, it wasn't just math, it's the real world lesson in risk management. Yeah, that's the end of task two. And now we move to task number three, right? Yeah, task number three, we're using one more tool, it's called Solver. So this task is portfolio optimization with constraints. So the task three was the most exciting part. I gotta use Excel server to optimize a portfolio of 10 stocks. And I run three different scenarios. The first one is maximize the return. But the second one, I still maximize the return, but keep the volatility under 0.3%. And the third one is minimize the volatility while still earning at least 0.2% of return. So yeah, each scenario require constraint management, no short selling, weight caps, and return targets. So it was like a puzzle and everything need logic, right? Every piece affect real risk and reward. This task gave me a real feel of what portfolio management I should do when balancing client goals with market risk. It's this kind of same with task two, but it's more advanced. Yeah, and those are three tasks I gotta do through the simulation. So what do I learn from it is the most important one. And here is the next slide. Is what skill did I learn from it? It's analytical and problem-solving skill that I have developed through the simulations. This simulation pushed my analytical thinking. I wasn't just answering the formulas. I had to interpret what the result meant. I found patterns in return data, compare performance, and adjust portfolio accordingly. And one solver didn't work the first time, so what did I do? I had to debug the constraints, fix the formula, and adjust logic. And this make me just feel like a real quant who's cleaning up the model before market open, right? And I also learn more about problem solving and work readiness. So it's thinking fast and staying sharp. So every task just had a 30 minutes deadline. That means no second guess, no stop, just efficient decision making. And I learned to prioritize accuracy, work within constraints, and finish with confidence. And these are the same skills that analysts and quants use in fast-paced environment. I feel like I was training for a real job right now through the simulation, the task. And those are the skills that I learned from the simulations. And this one is my reflection. It's strengths, struggles, and self-discovery. So personally, I'm stronger at logical structuring and Excel-based model. But I also notice error to grow, especially in speed and confidence when solving optimizations problems. And this wasn't just about finance, it was about how I think under pressure and where I can improve as a future financial analyst. Oh yeah, and that's the end of my reflection on myself. And most of the next part, this part is about real world relevance and peer insights. So these simulations show me how real world finance works, from hedge fund to asset managers. One my peer and I took different approaches. Some focus on risk control, other on return. It reminds me that in finance, strategy is flexible but must always be backed by data. And this made me even more confident that I want to work in quant analysis, risk strategies, or data-driven investment roles. Ah, yeah, this is the end of my presentation today. So there are a lot of things I want to share to you, like, but to wrap it up, this simulation gave me hand-on experience with return analysis, risk modeling, and portfolio optimizations. And more importantly, it gave me a clarity that this is the type of work I want to do. And what are my next step? Maybe, absolutely, I'll keep improving my Excel skills and start learning Python in for finance. And I might get an internship in investment and analytics roles. So yeah, thank you so much for listening. And yeah, I'm happy to share to you guys about my experience on the simulations.